So, remember, if it is not a consumer, what do I want to know from you? Think.
Okay.
If it is not a consumer, I want to know. You're going to hold up your no card, but what are you going to tell me? If it is what?
Why?
Not why. If it is not a consumer, I need you to tell me if it is a... If it's a decomposer or a producer. Good. So, after I see everyone's response, I will go with the majority for the answer and click it to see if it is right. Remember, I will clap to signal when to hold up your response card. Before we get started, who can give me a hint in deciding if the picture is a consumer? So how do I know if it's a consumer? Angelise.
If it's the way it looks like.
Okay, so what would a consumer look like?
It looks
Like,
I heard you say what he might eat.
yeah, he might eat and where he lives because
So what would a consumer eat?
plants.
Plants, good. A consumer's going to end up eating plants. How else do I know it's a consumer? Think of something it might not do.
it might not
Erica?
eat plants.
Okay, remember consumers will eat plants. Consumers might not be able to do what? What?
Eat animals.
Nope, consumers eat plants and animals, remember? Because consumers consume. They eat other animals and plants. They cannot do what? It's a long word that we were reviewing. It starts with a P. They can't go through photosynthesis. So photosynthesis also means that they can't do what? They can't
Make
their own food. Okay? Good. So I'm going to show the first picture. Do not hold up your response card until I clap. Alright? So I'm going to turn the computer over to you. So we're going to press play the game. Remember, not saying anything, only using your response card. So here's our picture. Can everyone see it?
Yeah.
So-
Hands look in front. That's better.
Okay, good. Everyone can see?
Yep.
Alright. Remember, thinking of what it is. If it is a consumer, you're going to hold up yes. If it's not a consumer, you're going to hold up no. I don't want to see your cards until I clap. Okay, I see some no's and I see some yeses. We're going to go with no. So you had no, Angelise. What do you think it is if it's not a consumer?
Producer.
Producer, let's see. It's not a producer. Everyone else has, you have no, what do you think it is?
No, she has yes.
She has, you had yes, Eliana? Okay, you gotta keep up yes then. So everyone else thinks it's a consumer? Let's click. Consumer, good. Why is it consumer, Nayevska?
Because it eats plants. And
Yeah, it's eating, it's eating in the picture. Does a plant eat?
No.
No, it makes its own food. Good. Okay, next one.
Leave the lights off. Leave the lights off.
No, turn the light on, please. Okay, so this is a picture of grass. Okay, don't show me your cards until I'm ready for them. So when I clap, if grass is a consumer or not. So yes, if you think it's a consumer. No, if you do not think it's a consumer. Eliel, do not want to see your cards until I give the clap. Okay, so I see a lot of no's. Good. Everyone says no. If it's not a consumer, what is it? If it's not a consumer, what is it? Eliel.
A producer.
A producer. Let's see. What? If it's a producer. Good. It's a producer. Remember, see, the sun is going down to the grass, getting the water, and it's growing because it's making its own food. It's not eating anything else. A cow. Remember, I don't want to see your response cards until I give the clap. A cow. Is it a consumer? Yes or no? Okay, I see. So, Eden, you said it is not a consumer. If it's not a consumer, is it a producer or decomposer?
It's producer.
You say it's a producer. Let's see. I'm going to click producer. It's not a producer. The reason it's not a producer is because, remember, a cow cannot make its own food from photosynthesis. It has to eat something else. What is a cow, Nayevska?
A depot.
Oh, Nayevska, you have to say yes. So what is it then?
A consumer.
A consumer. Why is it a consumer, Angelise? What does a cow eat?
Grass.
Grass. Remember, consumers are going to eat
Grass.
plants or animals. Good. So, click on next. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. Is it a consumer? Yes or no? Get your cards ready. Waiting until I clap. Mushrooms. Is it a consumer? Yes or no? Eden, you cannot change your cards after I call. You have to stick with what you have, okay? So everyone says no, but mostly. Eden, remember, a consumer is going to eat other plants or animals. Do you think a mushroom can eat other plants or animals?
No, but
No.
has algae.
Okay. So is a mushroom a consumer? Okay. Eliana, what would you think a mushroom is? Is it a producer or a decomposer?
Decomposer.
A decomposer. Let's see. Good. A decomposer. A flower. Is it a consumer? Yes or no? Waiting to show your cards. So have your card ready of what you want to hold up. Okay. So I see some yeses and some no's. I see 3 no's. Is a flower a consumer? So, Angelise, you said no. Why is a flower not a consumer?
Because it can make its own food.
Because it can make its own food. Good. It goes through what? Photosynthesis. Yes. So if it's not a consumer,
It's a
what is it, Nayevska? A producer or a decomposer?
A producer.
A producer, let's see. Good, it's a producer. Alright, a bird. Is a bird a consumer? Holding up your card, yes or no? Waiting for my clap to hold up your card so no one else can see it. Okay. So I see some no's and I see some yeses. Aliana, what do you think a bird is if it's not a consumer?
Decomposer.
Let's see. It is not a decomposer.
A producer. A consumer. A consumer.
What do you think a bird is? Who had a yes? If you think it's a consumer. Eden, why is a bird a consumer?
Because it gets its own food.
It doesn't make its own food,
It
and it eats what?
grass.
It eats plants
And worms.
and worms and bugs and all that, yeah. Algae. Yes or no if it's a consumer?
Algae's like a fungus.
Yeah, algae's more so like a plant. Algae, is it a consumer? Yes or no? Aliana, I heard you say no, but you have yes showing.
I'm facing it this way.
So you gotta have the no facing me then, okay? No. If it's not a consumer and algae doesn't eat other plants or animals, what is algae considered? Nayevska, what do you think?
A producer?
A producer. Let's click producer. Algae is a producer. Remember, algae gets the sunlight, goes through photosynthesis because algae is like a plant and it grows. Good. Next one. A fish. Is a fish a consumer? Yes or no? Remember what makes it a consumer. Is a fish a consumer? Yes or no? I want you to hold it up as soon as I clap.
Wait, what is a consumer?
Remember, a consumer cannot make its own food and it will eat other plants or animals. Is a fish a consumer? Ready? Yes, 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 no. If a fish is not a consumer, what do you think it is, Eliana?
A producer.
A producer. Why do you think it's a producer? What does a producer do? No. Everyone, what does a producer do? It makes
their photosynthesis.
It makes its
Yeah,
own
goes
food.
through photosynthesis and makes its own food. Can a fish make its own food?
No.
No, so it's not a producer. It is a consumer. Everyone had yes. Consumer, great. It's going to eat other plants or other fish, the bigger fish.
Algae.
Yeah. Yeah, it's eating algae. I'm glad that you made that
Connection.
connection. Yeah. Worms, worms. We went over this. Everyone should know what a worm is. Is worm a consumer? Eliana, what's your response? Is worm a consumer? You think yes. What makes a worm a consumer, Eliana? What makes a worm a consumer? Remember what a consumer is. Okay, but who can help Eliana out? Eliel, what is a worm?
It's a decomposer because
Why?
it breaks down dead animals.
Yes, we went over that. Decomposer breaks down the dead animals and plants in the soil and helps the plants, gives the plants nutrients to grow. Good. So, Eliana, why is a worm a decomposer?
It breaks down dead animals.
Okay, and does what for the soil? It gives it,
Nutrient.
Eliana. Gives the soil what, Eliana? To help the what?
Plants grow.
Good. All right. So we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 so far. So we'll do one more. Last one. A house plant. Is that a consumer? Holding up yes if you think it is, no if you do not think it is a consumer. Don't want to see your cards until I'm ready. Is a house plant a consumer? I see no, 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 yes, yes. Eden, why do you think a house plant is a consumer?
Because
Does a house plant eat other plants or animals?
No. It's a producer.
It's a producer. So you thought it was not, you thought it was a consumer, so you said it's a producer? Why is it a producer then?
Because it makes its own food.
Yes. Eliana, why is a houseplant a producer and not a consumer?
Because it doesn't eat other animals.
And it does what? It
Makes its own food.
makes its own food. Remember, a producer does what?
Photosynthesis.
Makes its own food. A plant does what? A plant does what, everyone?
Makes
its
Photosynthesis.
photosynthesis and makes its own food. Good. All right, so let's go back to the lesson. I'm going to collect the response cards, please. Thank you. So now it's your turn to find consumers. On the worksheet, you will see that it is numbered. Okay, so here's my worksheet for you. Nyevska, can you pass out a pencil to everyone?
Yes.
I want you to answer each question and identify if it's a consumer, producer, or decomposer. What will you do? Answer if it is a Decomposer, consumer, or producer. What do I want you to do? Answer if it is a
Decomposer or consumer or decomposer.
good. Okay. Remember the examples that we did together to assist you. When you are done, raise your hand and I will check it over. Everyone, what will you do when you are done?
Raise your hand and she will check it over.
Great. You're going to raise your hand when you are done. Okay? At the top, it gives you a word bank to help you remember what each is. Everyone, read what a producer is together. Living things, starting together. Everyone put your finger on producers in the box at the top. Read it with me. Put your fingers on producers at the top. Producers. Living things that make their own food from sun, water, and soil. Green plants are producers. Put your finger on consumers. Consumers, a living thing that cannot make its own food. All animals are consumers, and they get their energy by eating food. Everyone put your finger on decomposers. Read it with me. I want to hear everyone this time. Decomposers, a living thing that gets its energy by breaking down dead plants and animals. The most common decomposers are fungi and bacteria. All right, everyone, take a couple minutes and complete this. Use the bank at the top if you need help.
Miss Fairbairn, do we have to write the whole word, or can we just put the first letter of it?
Hmm?
Do we have to write the whole word, or can we just put the first letter?
You can write the first letter, that's fine. So everyone, I want to ask you a question. Do consumers eat plants and animals?
No.
Do consumers eat plants and animals?
Yes.
Yes, good. How do consumers get their energy?
By eating their own.
By eating things, plants and animals. Good. Everyone, let's say it together. From eating other plants and animals. Everyone, consumers get their energy from eating other plants and animals. Go ahead.
What does it say? Falcon?
If you are stuck, you may talk to the person next to you for help, okay? If you are having trouble. Eat and focus.
Miss, what is? Oh, bumble. consumer.
If a mushroom breaks down other dead plants and animals, what is it? It's a mushroom. If a mushroom breaks down other dead plants and animals, what is it? Decomposer. If a rose goes through photosynthesis, good. Okay. A bumblebee eats plants, what is it?
Decomposer.
A bumblebee consumes plants, what is it? If a bumblebee eats plants, what would it be? And it can't make its own food. It doesn't go through photosynthesis. What would it be? A bumblebee, not a consumer good. And a bluebird, it eats berries and grass. What would it be if it eats other things? A strawberry fruit is a plant. What is a strawberry? Strawberry comes from a plant. So remember, plants go through photosynthesis. Go to Angela's. Everyone give me your papers. Again, I've seen a lot of good work today. I will pull some students for review tomorrow. They're all right. That might need a little extra practice. So you really know how the food chain works and how to identify, oh, you're going to need the pencil still, identify different components. Tell your partner 3 different components of the food chain. So what are the 3 different components of the food chain without looking at my paper of the food chain? Tell Eliel, Eden. Do you 3 talk about the 3 components? So why don't each of you?
Consumers, and then a consumer.
So Nayevska said consumer. What else?
Producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers, consumers, and decomposers.
Okay, good. Everyone come back to me. Eden, what are the 3 parts of the food chain?
Consumers, producers, and decomposers.
Good. Now, I want you to tell your partner how to identify a consumer. So again, Eden, turn to Eliel. Nayevska, turn to Eliana. And Angelis, why don't you turn to me and tell me how you can identify a consumer?
Consumers.
So think about again what it can't do as well. So consumers do what? Remember, think about how they get their energy. By eating. Good, good, Angela. All right, come back to me now. Okay, so I want you to tell me, someone, think about the energy. What makes a consumer? How does a consumer get their energy? Eliana, how would you describe a consumer? How do they get their energy?
They get their energy by eating other plants.
Good. Consumers eat other plants or animals for their energy. What can a consumer not do, Eden? A consumer cannot do what?
It can,
Miss Miller wants your room 122.
Oh, now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just finishing up a video lesson for school.
Okay.
Yeah.